What's good? It's Wook. Tame Impala just dropped their new single, Patience, from their upcoming, yet-to-be-titled album. And while I'm a huge Tame Impala fan, love Innerspeaker, love Lonerism, I even like Currents, this song is a little bit concerning in terms of the direction that Tame is going. I love the psych rock aspect of Innerspeaker. I love the complete composition, almost dark side of the moonish approach to Lonerism. And to a lesser degree, I like Currents. It was groovy. It features two of the better songs in their entire discography, Let It Happen and The Less I Know The Better. But as a whole, Currents wasn't as consistent as the two albums that came prior. So not only did Currents feel inconsistent, but Kevin Parker seems to have shifted from the psych rock that made Innerspeaker and Lonerism so damn good to a more psych disco, dance, pop approach on Currents. So now we have the new single, Patience, which to me sounds like it could have been a B-side from the Currents album, or it could have been a song that didn't make the album because it was a lesser version of The Less I Know The Better, or one of their newer, groovier songs. And by newer, Currents came out in 2015, so it has been about 3.5, 4 years since they released Currents. But them coming out, again, them meaning Kevin Parker, who's almost single-handedly manning the music of Tame Impala. He produces it, he writes it, he arranges it, he plays the instruments, and then the other guys come in when it's time to tour. Whereas I think it used to be a little bit more of a collaborative process when they had Nick Albrook on bass, but Kevin Parker is largely the mastermind of Tame Impala. And Kevin Parker, since Tame Impala has become a thing and become a more and more popular band, has been producing on other projects. He produced something on Travis Scott's Astroworld. He produces a lot of Pond. That's Nick Albrook, formerly of Tame Impala. That's his side band and now his primary band. Kevin Parker produces for him too. Kevin Parker produced a lot on Mark Ronson's album that featured Uptown Funk and a couple songs including Daffodils featuring Kevin Parker. So he's become one of the most sought after musicians and producers and songwriters in the game, especially with his production and his musicality. So as I mentioned, this new song, Patience, kind of sounds like it would have been a lesser version of The Less I Know The Better. And let's keep it real about this song. It's not as captivating as past songs like Solitude is Bliss from Innerspeaker, and it's not as infectious or riveting as Elephant, or it seems like we're only going backwards on Lonerism. It's not as epic as Apocalypse Dreams from Lonerism, or as musically tight and well arranged as Mind Mischief, also from Lonerism. And even by pop standards, it's not as good as The Less I Know The Better, and it's too closely aligned with that song for me to really feel good about this release as a lead single for this upcoming album. It makes me feel like Kevin Parker's going even more in this popish direction, even more in this non-rock, psych rock direction, which is the reason why I grew to love Tame Impala in the first place. I mean, it features some pretty cool congas and some nice keyboard and piano work, but again, it seems like these are a band-aid for a bad song. It seems like they're kind of covering up for the lack of melody within the song itself. So it's a pretty nice instrumental. It's not just knock your socks off good, but it's pleasant. It's got a nice vibe. I feel like he's kind of drifting into the realm of chill wave, into a Toro y Moi, into a washed out or wild nothing, or your favorite fill in the blank chill wave band. I feel like the music is drifting further in that direction. So it's not a bad song. It's just, to me, not a good song. It's nothing that I would listen to as a standalone track. We'll see how it sounds in the context of this upcoming Tame Impala album, but as it stands, I don't have super high hopes for this album. Still gonna play Innerspeaker and Lonerism like there's no tomorrow. Love those albums. I don't find myself playing Currents a whole lot. I will play Let It Happen and The Less I Know The Better, and that other song that Rihanna covered, but that's really all that is playback worthy to me from the album. And I listened to it a few times hoping that it would grow on me, and I did end up liking Currents more than I did upon the first couple listens, as I like this new song, Patience, after the fourth and fifth listen more than I did after the first and second listen. But certain things just kind of click with you, and you know when it's something special. And to me, Patience doesn't sound special. It sounds a little bit bland in terms of the song structure, the songwriting. Again, good instrumental, not a great instrumental, but quality. And you could expect nothing less from somebody as gifted and talented as Kevin Parker. But I hope that this song is something that kind of gets lost and it's just another song on an otherwise amazing upcoming album. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that there are other songs that take a less disco pop direction and take chances and feature some of the psych rock and roll sounds and vibes that I came to love with Tame Impala. But we'll see. Let me know what you think of Patience. Please like and subscribe. I'm Wood. Thanks for tuning in. And another reason this song has me concerned is because of the reality that because Kevin Parker is almost a one-man army in terms of the construction of his songs, he's not an Ariana Grande or a Beyonce who's got an all-star cast of the greatest songwriters in music coming together, banding together, and giving her all of their best work to make an album a lot easier to construct, because you've got the songs laid out for you. Essentially, you still have to execute and perform those songs, but the songs are in existence. Whereas Kevin Parker, being the mastermind and the creative force behind these songs, he's already 3 albums in, so you're left to wonder how many more good quality songs does he have in him. Songwriting is hard, and it's difficult to come up with great songs. That's why there are so few who've got a discography of self-created songs. You've got the combination of Elton John and Bernie Taupin. You've got the combination of Robert Plant and Jimmy Page. You obviously have Lennon McCartney and George Harrison. You've got Brian Wilson, the creative mastermind behind the Beach Boys. But it's really a limited list to the sole artists who are able to create a body of work. Not everyone could be a Neil Young or a Bob Dylan or a Sly Stone, George Clinton, Stevie Wonder, one of the greatest at being able to just come up with remarkably great songs over the span of decades. But I'm just wondering how much creative gas Kevin Parker has in the tank. I hope he's got plenty, because when he's at his best, the music of Tame Impala is phenomenal.